What's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys day number 28 in my 14th annual 31 Days of Horror, a series in which we watch and review 31 horror films in 31 days, all during the month of October, leading right up to Halloween. And continuing along with day number 28, I decided to review The Tomb of Ligeia from the year 1964. This is a Roger Corman directed film starring Vincent Price and Elizabeth Shepard. I believe this is the last of the Poe Corman works. I think, what did they have, like 8 or something like that? I can't really remember, but I think I may have seen most of them, if not all of them, by now. I'd have to double check at the list, but I will say this is probably one of the least exciting that I've seen. It's based on Edgar Allan Poe's Ligeia, but I think it's like more inspired by his work, such as like The Black Cat and things. And I don't know if it's directly adapted from that story. I think that story's pretty short. But yeah, this one opens up with Vincent Price, who is mourning the death of his wife, Ligeia. She's being lowered into a grave in a coffin with a glass window. Her eyes shoot open. They say that it's sort of like an involuntary, like, twitch or something like that. And then he mentions that the wife was an atheist and was scared to die. He meets this new woman who, I can't remember her name already, but she looks very similar to Ligeia, with different hair color, and she's played by Elizabeth Shepard, and Elizabeth Shepard also played Ligeia, so it makes sense. But they move into, they get married, some time passes, they're living in like a castle, and there's a black cat that is basically always around and sort of harassing his new wife. In fact, when they kiss, she scratches his face. Vincent Price throws cabbage at her at the cat at one point. And you get the sense that Ligeia's spirit has been manifested into this cat, and she is basically tormenting the new married couple. That's kind of the plot. Vincent Price has like sensitivity to sunlight, so he wears these glasses all the time. There is like a pretty decent climax, like in like the basement with like this fire and this attack on Vincent Price, and he's like fighting a cat basically. But yeah, that's kind of the plot. Honestly, guys, like this one was a little boring to me. I don't know, it just didn't have like the atmosphere or like the vibes that I look for when looking at these, like, early Roger Corman films, the Poe films. Stuff like The Mask of Red Death is much better. I was actually really excited to check this one out. I always thought the cover looked really cool. It's like sort of this black cat with like a top hat and stuff, and I thought this one was going to be more interesting, but it overall just like kind of bored me. And I would say like that Vincent Price's performance isn't like my favorite that I've seen. This honestly might be one of the like lesser I don't want to say worse, but lesser performances I've seen by Vincent Price. I don't know, he didn't really have that, screen presence and charisma that I usually see out of him. Maybe he was just like burnt out on doing Roger Corman Poe films. I think he did other Poe films after, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's all right. It's not bad, but I think it was really missing on like the atmosphere and like making it a little bit more creepy. Like it starts off pretty good with like the coffin, eyes opening and stuff, and there is also like sort of like a twist aspect to it, a little bit. But the ending felt a little anticlimactic, and I don't really know what they were going for with like the weight of the story. Like it didn't feel like it was that interesting or important. I still think it's like a half decent movie. Like it's not bad for sure, but it's just like, you know, not as exciting as some of the other films I've seen. So with that said, I'll give The Tomb of Ligeia a solid 6 out of 10. Worth a watch, but you know, there's other better Poe Corman films out there. Yeah, but that's it, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Almost done with this 31 days. My reviews have been getting later and later at night, but still the 28th on the West Coast, which I do not live there, but so what? So I'm just happy I'm staying pace to actually finish this year, even if they are late. So appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys with another one. Peace.